Hi guys, welcome to another AMA. Today with Blue Sapphire Tokens. We have a guest that we had in the past already, speaking a little bit about the project, and afterwards you can ask your questions. So welcome to the stream.
Thank you very much, Crypto Trails. And yes, it's an absolute pleasure to be here once again. Obviously, I am speaking on behalf of the project once again. I'm not part of the team. I've obviously been requested to join as a host for the team. And I have been gathering all the information to provide back onto the crypto traders in order to understand exactly what's happening with Blue Sapphire token.
Very nice. So can you tell us, our community, what Blue Sapphire token is exactly?
Right, so Blue Sapphire token is pretty much inspired by having something that's backing. We know in the real world we've got gold that backs the currencies, supposed to be backing currencies. However, many countries or economies tend to fail in doing so. But what's so unique about Blue Sapphire token, and something that's really caught my attention, is the actual Sapphire token is one of the rarest gems in the world. Now, because it's one of the rarest gems in the world, it makes its value super valuable as well. We can see massive increases in it every year, and it's also used in jewelry, designer clothes, and etc. etc. So, Blue Sapphire token is one of Kashmir's most rarest gems. BST Group is having access to most major part of that. Whole investors, whenever they will be auctioned, they'll only be able to sell the sapphires in the BST token. Now, that's absolutely bullish, meaning that if someone wants to purchase a Blue Sapphire token, a Blue Sapphire gem itself, they actually have to use the Blue Sapphire tokens in order to purchase it. Now, you're probably thinking, right, so what's so unique about that? Well, if a lot of investors come out there and they want to be collecting the gems, they're going to have to use the token, which obviously enhances the value of this token further and further. Now, the team's been working tirelessly on this. There is a lot of utilities happening, a lot of information to absorb. So we'll break it down one by one so you understand exactly what's happening and just give you an introduction. But we also encourage you guys to do your research by checking out the website and going into the main Telegram and asking questions in there as well. So BST Gemstones General Trading LLC is currently a registered company in Dubai. If you head down to the bottom of the website, you will get to see the actual details of the office address, which is in Banking Street, the business center in Khalid bin Walid in Dubai. So it is a company registered currently in Dubai that's looking at integrating the Blue Sapphire world with the crypto world. So what I've been informed, and just to give you a brief understanding of what else happens, you probably might ask me, okay, well, what about if the Blue Sapphire token isn't sold in BST? So the team will actually convert the fiat money into crypto and then buy back as well. So increasing the value all the time. Very important to understand that this is more than just a crypto. It's actually backed by something very, very useful. And gemstones are a big major part in designer brands. And a lot of the elite have some sort of Sapphire token. If you head over to the white paper, you get to see a full introduction, important notices, executive summaries, and get an understanding of what the company is all about. Yeah, it is quite detailed, and there is a lot of information to absorb. Along with the Blue Sapphire token, there is going to be multiple utilities that are going to be integrated, and this is something that's extremely bullish when it comes to having such a big ecosystem. And obviously, having a token is one thing, but to have an ecosystem is another thing. And when they all integrate together, they make the perfect project. And the way the team is going about this, they've got something brewing to be something very spectacular. We could be seeing a huge demand for Blue Sapphire tokens, especially after this, with crypto traders obviously holding value in Blue Sapphire. So whether you're not holding tokens or you're holding a Blue Sapphire, you still got value with you. And they will be auctioned off every quarter. So there will be an auction for Blue Sapphire every quarter. A little bit about the utilities. There's going to be a staking pool, Metaverse auction, a Sapphire browser. There's going to be a smart city solution, which is obviously providing residential flares commercial offices, real estate against the BST as well. So there's going to be real estate up for sale, but it's going to be done through the BST token. So once again, this team is not just thinking about bringing a token, launching it on the blockchain and saying goodbye to. No. They really want to integrate the BST token with real life utilities. And that's something that you don't get to see every day because a lot of projects don't understand the value that you're meant to have when you're backing a project so big with something so precious as well. So in terms of the commercial flares, residential flares and commercial offices, that's already started now with the project. So if you speak with the owners of the project, they've already got property in India, which they're obviously selling off, and Metaverse is still to come as well. So huge, massive project brewing here. So both in real life and in Metaverse, there's going to be a lot of system technologies. Everyone can join an auction as well. So when the sapphires are being sold, along with the physical auctions, so you get to get the best of both worlds when it comes to the sapphires. But if you are going to be purchasing Sapphire, whether it's in the Metaverse or in real life, you must be purchasing in the BS tokens. So I don't know about you, Crypto Trials, but from my experience, mate, when you got your utility and it's being backed by the token, it's very incredible.
Yeah, it definitely is. Are you close to...
So the team is planning to... Yeah?
You closed the screen share, you know, right?
No.
No, it's back. Sorry, thanks.
That's back?
Yeah.
No worries. So, smart city solutions, obviously we just touch base upon now, where people are going to be living in smart cities, and the team's obviously providing a smart solution, and that's going to be done through crypto as well. There is a lot of governance, but the team, because they are a registered company, they're going to be working on ways to get legality out of the way in order to providing the best facilities out there in those cities that they're building. Now, something that's very unique as well is that if you have a look at the second section, the Blockchain Center of Excellence, the BST Group is soon going to be launching a blockchain center at Dubai in collaboration with the European Digital University. Now, that's crazy because not every day do you get a project that can actually team up with a university in order to build something that's going to be so huge. And obviously, the blockchain technology and decentralized ecosystem starting up accelerations. So the aim is to educate people about blockchain technology and bring thoughts, industries, leading entrepreneurs, and investing public and private companies together for a better tomorrow. So you're bringing the best of both worlds right now when it comes to blockchain as well. So in the future, you will get to see a blockchain established for the BST, where they're actually going to be using that with the universities to collaborate with the whole world. So it's very intelligent and well played by the team. Then you got the AI and digital transformation. In today's world, and especially right now in the Ethereum space, AI has plummeted. It's just gone through the roof, and everybody wants to join the party. And you can understand why, because we're in a more enhanced society at the moment, and obviously technology has become a lot more advanced. So AI is going to become the thing of the future. So we've already seen speak to write, here to talk, or talk to write. There's heaps of passages that's coming around at the moment, and AI technology is going to be something very beneficial to this ecosystem as well, as obviously they're going to be developing their own app for their own chains, for their own swaps and stuff like that. So it's very bullish and absolutely very interesting to see where the AI comes into the ecosystem. I know it's going to be very well tight knit with the apps that's coming out, and obviously enhancing the way technology is done and the way digital marketing and business is obviously performed. Then we have the decentralized internet, the Web 3.0. So in other words, decentralized web, we all own it at the moment. If you don't know what decentralized is, I think you're in the wrong space. But obviously being on the Binance network, you know that's a centralized exchange. When you're on your MetaMask and your Trust Wallet, that's the decentralized exchange. So Web3 needs a dedicated browser to shape its future, and the BS Token powers the Sapphire browser. The project which most surfing traditional websites through all one-size-fits-all solution. and it'll be there to obviously enhance all the needs that you need in terms of not just this project but other projects, and obviously the sapphires, the gems, and the gold and everything else that comes about. So it's going to be branching and connecting with a lot of things that's decentralized. Advertisers pay for their advertising campaign in BST tokens, and the advertising budget must be paid entirely in BST tokens. So BS tokens are very valuable in this ecosystem. I mean, I was telling Crypto Trails before, I've spoken on behalf of a lot of projects, and I've seen a lot of memes, but these days I've been attracted to things that have utility, and it's only because when I want to purchase a token, I want to see it being used in real life, not just on a meme or playing poker or something like that. So BS tokens is actually, it's opening the world to crypto. So it's got a lot of energy into it. So the CSR and the socializing application. We're on Telegram at the moment. We're on the Binance network. Soon as we'll get to see the BS chat. So obviously you'll be able to integrate with one another, and then obviously do your voice chats, your video calls, and obviously payment system as well, which is very important. So there will be a payment system for the BS tokens in order for the audience to understand that the payment method and making a token very valuable is actually using the token. So when the payments transfers are done in facilities, the BS token is going to become the driving route in order to manipulate the market, not manipulate, actually to create a more of a cycle for the market and make it more of a demand in the market as well. So BS token has a big future, and it's something that's going to include a lot of utilities. So we really touch base on the utilities now, but it's building a massive world. Blockchain and crypto consultancy, obviously the BST group will be investing significantly in streamlined public services in the UAE and other countries across the globe, with one of the best blockchain technology groups, establishing foundations in collaboration with international companies and investors specifically in technology sector. So they're not just looking at having one country in particular or one audience. The BST token is obviously looking at hitting everybody across the world in order to bring the best of the worlds. And then obviously we touch base on the BST digital blockchain and how it's going to be integrated. Then you're going to have the Sapphire wallet as well. So the Sapphire wallet is something that's very, very unique in order to hold your assets in there, your crypto assets, and make sure that they're all secure and safe. And the team's also looking at bringing in an innovative way in order to restore your passwords if something goes missing, and ensuring that you can recover your passwords in an unwanted phishing scam or some sort of unwanted, let's say, shiftiness from some ugly people in the space, hackers. Well, we don't like hackers, but we want to change the way they're operating at the moment. And so one way they're implementing is obviously finding a solution and bringing the solution into having a wallet that's accessible at all times, even if you forget your passwords.
Nice.
So then we go on to now talking about the rare gemstones. The Kashmir Blue Sapphire is one of the rarest across the world. Now, I did have to research it myself to make sure it's correct. It is absolutely correct. We see sapphires, gems, stones, gold, silver, every day in our life, and they're very valuable. A lot of people tend to store them, and they make sure that they're actually using it in purposes of a backup as well if anything goes wrong, in terms of having money going short, so they can always sell off an asset in order to generate liquidity for themselves. Now, I want you to pay attention to this. We are always ready to buy back our valued products from within 20% deduction on the current price. Exciting. Here's something more exciting. Let the cat out of the bag. We will buy our products at double the worth after a time of period of 5 years, which means on an annual growth of 20%. Our gemstones are not direct investments with high returns, but also privileged to carry trendy, classy fashion. So the team is also bullish, knowing that in 5 years' time, you can sell your gemstones back to them at double the price. So if you're holding something that's worth 10,000, in 5 years you're going to be getting a return of 20,000. So very unique and very innovative approach that the team has. Like I did say earlier, this is very complex, this project, but it's not complex for the layman to understand. If you do a bit of research, you'll get to understand all the utilities that are available, and obviously understand how important and vital this BST token is to an ecosystem that's being built by a doctor in Dubai with his team, obviously collaborating with the rest of the world and not looking at particular people. They're obviously looking at bringing a lot of utilities into play. Real estate is obviously another big factor. We spoke about the smart cities before. It's one of the booming industries and the things that always hold value. So you got the Sapphire, you got the property, and obviously the BST token will be very valuable in the future as well.
Nice.
And then here you go, you can have a look at the different types of grading by color. You got the AAA, AA, the A and the B. These are obviously Sapphire tokens, Sapphire gems themselves. And this is how they grade the quality of a Sapphire gem. Funny enough, I used to know somebody that gave me a stone once upon a time. I'm having a look at it now. It looks like it was a grade B, but I would love to have a couple of AAAs in my cabinet. Only because they're so unique. And after reading about this research, it makes me want to buy some actual gemstones and store them away in terms of liquidity in the future. We know how valuable gold is, but sapphire gems and gems in general are also just as valuable. So there is an opportunity for people to trade the sapphire gems and obviously enter a new market they've never entered before as well. And then here we can see the analytical data of the gems around the world. So 2021, we can see the trend is going into 2028. Obviously, one of the biggest leaders into 2028 would probably be the Middle East, along with Asia and Middle Africa. So Europe grows, but yeah, I think the Arab world and Africa will be very into the gems that are coming up in the future. These are different categories by volume. We get to see that there's aquamarine, emerald, jewelry, ruby, diamonds, tanzanite, garnet, spinel, and sapphire. So it's huge. It's a huge market, and obviously these type of gems are going to be supporting the BS token, and obviously sharing that value. Like I said before, fiat is only backed by gold. BS token is obviously going to be backed by sapphires. It's going to be crazy. And I'll let you to go into the main chat and ask what they're expecting in prediction. But if they do sell their sapphire tokens every quarter, there's going to be huge pumps on this. And this has got a big future ahead of it. So we know how big the UAE, the Arab Emirates, Saudi, and the Middle East in general love their gold, silver, diamond, and obviously their gems, because they love to have a bit of a unique approach about the way they live their life. And one of the growing industries is obviously gems and jewelry. So we can see that the market's worth $8.4 billion. At the end of 2018, it was worth $8.4 billion, and it's predicted to grow every year. And you can have a look at this chart over here. You can see that during COVID, it may have dropped a little bit, but then it will work its way up as well. So it's very fascinating, and obviously something that's going to be very exciting for the future. Marketing research and relevant materials, traits of money. So these are different types of divisions that you can obviously look at: non-consumable, portable, durable, secure, scarce, fungible, and recognizable. I've given you the scenario of how gold is backed by currency and Bitcoin. So now we know how the Sapphire token as well will be integrated into the blockchain and obviously real world. We know that Bitcoin isn't backed by anything in particular. It's just digital technology. So that's why it's very volatile, extremely volatile, because there is no backing. And I encourage you guys to go and have a look at this, the white paper and the website, because so much to go through. But what we need to talk about quickly is the roadmap, because what's a company without a roadmap? So obviously stage one was establishing the company, getting the rough Sapphire collections, Gemstones, and obviously implementation of the company. Then the BST crypto project advisor partner agreements, fundraising by share capital. I do believe the team does hold a fair bit of Sapphire tokens now on behalf of the project, and obviously they're going to be trying to get it regulated in Switzerland. And yes, the rumors are true. Bitmart is going to be listing the token as well. I think after launch, so pre-sale will go ahead, and then the the big dance on Bitmart, and everybody loves an exchange, so it's not going to waste any time in getting to exchanges. It's going straight to exchanges, and with the scope of this project, it's looking so huge. I think Binance could be on the radar as well in the future. So let's see how everybody goes, and hit me up a few questions. I'll give you I think this was a half an hour AMA. So I'll give the floor back to the people to ask us some questions now.
Sure. Thanks for the explanation so far. One of the questions is for all the new viewers that came, what is the main purpose of this project?
Right, so it's actually build an ecosystem from Sapphire tokens as a backing. Like I said to you earlier, we see a lot of projects launched every minute now. We can't even say every day, because every minute there's a new project that's being launched. However, most of them don't have utilities, they don't have backings, they don't have nothing for. They're pretty much a degen at the moment. But with Blue Sapphire token, it's bringing the best of jewelry and gems into crypto. That's also going to be feeding into a big ecosystem in order to generate something that's going to be huge in the future, where you can purchase real estate and obviously gemstones and stuff with the BS token.
Thank you. And what is like someone's asking, what is the unique features compared to other services that provide competitors, or is there even competitors?
I don't think there's any competitors at the moment, because Fiat is run by gold, backed by gold. And we know Bitcoin isn't backed by anything. So if Bitcoin isn't really backed by much, then there's a bit of a problem in the market, isn't there? But at least we know in this one here, the BST token is going to be funding the purchases of sapphires when the team sells the gems on the market. And like I said earlier, if they're not selling it in the token, they will be purchasing it in fiat and then converting that into BS token to put it back into the chart. So they want to constantly pump this bad.
Okay, nice. And someone's asking, do you have any whale support for this project so far?
Well, obviously being from Dubai, the team, I'm pretty sure they would have plenty of whales supporting this. And the fact that it's got its own gems and they're holding actual assets at the moment means that they're going to be attracting the whales by making them buy the BS token and purchasing the product. And that's what I was telling you before. In order to purchase the gem, you have to have the BS token. It's not going to be fiat. It might be a one-off transaction where fiat might be used for the transaction. However, it's going to be brought back in, obviously increasing the whales into the project.
And another question would be, why should people buy the token?
So if people are looking for long-term projects and something that's sustainable and obviously self-sufficient, that doesn't require a market to help it pump, this is where you should be looking at. And it's not financial advice, but I want you to go out there and do your own research and understand how much the Sapphire token is worth, what the value is, and how long it holds value for. And then come back to the main chat and ask questions to admins, and I'm pretty sure they'll be willing to answer your questions. You're buying more than a crypto project at the moment. You're buying something that's backed really well with something that's obviously led by someone that's got a lot of experience in the industry as well.
And I think we were going into it in the beginning already, but it might be a new viewer. He said, is there any future plans for NFTs and how do they work?
Okay, so I haven't heard anything about NFTs, but I do know they have a staking pool, which will be coming out soon. There'll also be an audit, but I don't see any NFTs. Maybe there might be the NFTs when it comes to integration with the Metaverse, if you want to hold your NFT in the Metaverse as well. So could be a possibility.
Okay, nice. Another question would be, can you tell us a little bit more about the core team of the project and also how secure is the token itself?
Right. So I personally don't know the team myself. Like I said, I am a representative host, recommended by Pink Sale. So the team is currently based in Dubai. They've got an office and company set up in Dubai, and it's pretty secure because the audits are in place and all the contracts are in place as well. So they're very secure and very well switched on as well.
Okay, nice. And someone's asking, is there like a plan to launch a Sapphire token on Binance in future?
Yeah, there is absolutely. But like I said earlier, there is also a blockchain that's going to be coming out as well. So we could be seeing the BST blockchain coming out, which is obviously going to be supporting this project as well.
All right. And someone's asking, is there any big partners already or sponsors that you can speak about?
So currently we've got the university, the European Digital University that we mentioned earlier, and obviously a few Arab groups that I haven't done research on yet, but there is going to be a few partnerships, and obviously they're going to be looking at building more and more as the future goes on. This is not a one-day thing. They obviously want to integrate and become one of the best gem jewelry tokens in the space around the world, obviously connecting with crypto.
Thank you. And another one is asking, I think you mentioned it earlier, will there be staking? And if so, is there any like APIs or something that you could speak about it?
Yeah, there is going to be staking. I don't have the full extent of the APIs at the moment, but do head into the main chat, ask the team, and I'm pretty sure they'll be willing to give you the answers once they get confirmation as well.
People, you all find the link in the chat and also in my Discord announcement channel, as always. Check the website out. If you have any more questions, go to the Telegram or Twitter and ask it directly there. Someone's asking, what is the maximum supply and is there a burning mechanism implemented?
I don't know the full details of the contract just yet, but once again, with these type of questions, it's best to ask in the main chat, and I'm pretty sure you'll get an answer off the team or even on Twitter.
All right. And one last question is, what do you think motivated the team to start this project?
Okay, that's a very good question. And I do know that the experience they have is obviously coming from the Middle East. Jewelry is something huge, and it's obviously a niche market at the moment in terms of crypto. There isn't many competitors. If there is, probably one or two competitors. And not every day do you get to see someone with this caliber come out and make such a unique token. So the Middle East would have inspired it, being in the Middle East. But then also you see around the world, there's a lot of cultures that are very big on jewelry. In Africa, they're huge. In the Southeast Asia, they're huge. And then Europe has also got a factor in most cultures that jewelry is very valuable to them. And then I believe South Americans as well are very big on the jewelry aspect. But everybody loves to have a bit of a bling bling on them. You know what I'm saying, Crypto Trails?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. All right. So thank you to introduce the project. I think it sounds really interesting. We just reached almost 5k viewers, guys. Really nice. If you want to check out the project, you find the link, like I said, in the chat and also in my Discord in the announcement channel. If you have any more questions, you can also ask them me and I will forward them. Or you simply join the Telegram or Twitter and you can ask it there right away. Alright. So thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Crypto Trails. It's always a pleasure jumping on chat with you. We look forward to obviously doing more work together in the future. Guys, like I said, please do your research, go out there and ask the team. They're willing to help. There's a lot of people in the Telegram at the moment. Everybody wants to know about the project in depth, and it's the best way to do it is by asking questions. You're never going to know if you never ask. So ask the questions, and I'm pretty sure someone will attend to you as soon as possible.
Perfect. So thank you very much and have a nice day. Thanks for the viewers and thanks for the moderators as always. We see us later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.